And welcome back to episode 2 of Cavaliers Corner. I have not been fired. I'm your host, Mo Khan. And with me this week for this episode is the women's head coach for the basketball team, a man who's synonymous with the program, Germanos. Coach, how you been?
I've been great, Mo. Good to see you again. I'm glad we can speak again. It's you've been missed. I'll tell you that.
I sorely miss being at the facilities. To see you, the fine young ladies that you have on your roster that have done so well the last couple of years, the men's team as well. It's definitely we're missed, but you know what? One day at a time, we'll get close towards hopefully seeing each other sooner than later at a more convenient time for everyone involved here.
Of course, can't agree more.
So, Coach, let's dive into it. Obviously, this has been a unique situation for all varsity sports in Quebec for CEGEP, including women's basketball. Last year, your team went 12-4. You guys medaled to get a bronze included to end off the year on a strong note. Coming into this year, people thought, hey, maybe this could be the chance that they get that gold medal. How tough has this been on you and your staff, knowing that, hey, you could have had a team that maybe makes some noise and perhaps get themselves to the Nationals?
For sure, it's had its challenges. It's been tough early on. I mean, everybody was hopeful that things would, from the start of the school year, things would get better, and at some point we would be back. The season would be pushed a bit. We had high hopes because we returned a almost full team. The 4 seniors that left us, who played a major role in the wins of the last 2 years, in us making it to the provincials, to the semifinals in the last 2 years, moved on to their next adventure. But we brought in an unbelievable recruiting class for this year, and this definitely would have been a great year for us. But it is what it is. I mean, it's just another form of adversity, like we're telling these girls, and we're telling ourselves as coaches. Mm-hmm. And it's time for us to probably, with the little limited access we might have to either facilities or training or whatnot, just build on what is there, and then make it grow, and hopefully make some noise next time around when the next season comes back.
So how has been the morale of the women's team in terms of their focus this year, knowing that, again, there's no basketball right now, there isn't really that team unity, that team bonding, and being together in a practice session or just hanging out, that, hey, right now we don't know what the future is going to hold for this year moving forward?
Sure. I can't lie. It hasn't been easy at the start, especially for the recruiting class, the new kids, because this isn't a new experience for them. Coming on campus and making new friends, living the CEGEP life. Moving from secondary school to CEGEP. I mean, this part has been probably toughest on some of these kids, but of course, wearing the colors and representing the school and playing in this great league that we play in. Now, truthfully, we made sure from the get-go that, hey, we understood how this was going, and we put up a plan, and the coaches were all on board, and the girls are as well. And, I'll give you a very, very small example. We just got, maybe over a week ago, our midterm assessments, academically. Academics at Champlain are big, and we looked at the grades, and it was unbelievable. We had God knows how many A's and B's in those classes. So the girls are there, they're focused, and we repeat on a weekly basis in our meetings, in our gatherings on Zoom, like everyone else. We're always talking about self-motivation, about the importance of, finding it within yourself, to push yourself, to challenge yourself, and to overcome this unfortunate situation we're in, this form of adversity.
The grades are great. How do you keep the girls motivated to keep their skills sharp on the court?
Yeah, that's, we've resorted from the get-go. At the beginning, we were allowed in the gym for a bit, up until October 8th, I believe, was the date where we were asked to, stop any on-court activities. But we kept it up. They're working out from home. They do 4 workouts a week, 2 of them on Zoom with our personal trainer. They've got challenges. I mean, you try to be creative. You throw in a few challenges here and there. We started with a push-up challenge, incremental push-ups a week, getting into a volume, working on our bodies, making sure that they understand that this time, I mean, we could also look at it in some way as a blessing and try to work on our physical fitness, on our bodies, on taking care of injuries, on strengthening, our bodies and prepping ourselves for the game when this time comes around. But other than that, we've been, we're happy. We learned this morning, actually, or last night and this morning, we're in talks with the school. We were told that we will be back in the gym as of next week. So we will be back. However, it will be sessions of one-on-one with coaches. So it will be one athlete, one coach, one basket every hour. A bit more work for the coaches, but we can't, I won't lie to you. We're happy to be back in the gym and be around them because, they need it. They want to put some shots up. They want to work on their game a bit. And we're looking forward to it as well as coaches. Yeah.
Talk to us about recruiting. We know it's the lifeline for any CEGEP program, regardless of sport. How has this been in terms of trying to sell the program to potential recruits for the years to come in a COVID world?
I think we saw this coming. We're in contact with the NCAA schools, and I've been talking to some friends who coach in the NCAA, and it's been a challenge for them this past spring to do all these virtual tours and recruiting meetings on Zoom. So we started mentally preparing for this because we knew that this could happen to us. And listen, it's been quite a challenge, but I think we managed to land the athletes we were hoping to land. The two great young ladies are coming to us next year. I mean, we only graduate 2, so we had room for 2 and maybe potentially a third. But we've just landed 2 unbelievable young ladies, great student athletes, and it worked great. It was Zoom meetings, met the parents on camera, made sure that the returning athletes got a hold of them also, had some group meetings on camera. I mean, what else can you do, right? So, but sure. We did with what we have, and I think it worked for the best.
Obviously, in the darkness of COVID, there was some good news with 2 of your fine ladies getting recruited to U.S. schools. Tell us about that.
Sure. So, Kenya Cote-Lisius is our senior, along with Wendy Mbukep, both seniors for us this year. Kenya was offered a scholarship to attend LaSalle University in Philadelphia in the
not in Montreal.
Sorry?
Not in Montreal.
Yeah, not Montreal. Philly, they play in the A10 conference. It's a great basketball conference, very good school. So she's excited. We're excited for her. That was unbelievable. But again, everything happened. I mean, the official visit happened on camera. They were walking around with their laptop and iPads and showing the campus, and it's unbelievable. What times we're living in. Our second senior, Wendy Mbukep, has decided to stay in Canada, and so she's looking at a few Canadian schools. She's in the process right now of picking her school. And then we have one of our juniors or returning players for next year, Aissatou Diop, who has verbally committed to the University of UMass in Massachusetts. And that was they also play in the A10. So she will go head to head with Kenya in a couple of years. So that was also amazing. She's a junior. She still has a year and a half. I mean, the remainder of this season and next year with us. But she's decided to commit early because of this environment. I mean, she had a great offer. Several schools were talking to her, but she picked the school based on academics first, location, geography, distance to home, so parents and sisters can drive down and see her when she's playing at home on campus, and the athletics program, because they also play in the A10, and the coaching staff is great, and they've had a couple of 20-plus win seasons. So yeah, we're very, very excited for both. Yeah.
And obviously this does well for your program, because when you look at Quebec women's basketball, it's been one of the best in Canada for many, many years. You have Dawson, Saint Foy, Momo. Do you now consider Champlain to be part of the Big Three, making it the Big Four of Quebec women's basketball now?
We will always say it, whether you ask me, you ask any of the coaches at Champlain. Champlain is a special place. We love the school, and we consider it always on top, right there, like among the best. I mean, top 3, top 4, top 5, top 6. You know, what matters most is when you make it to the final and you play in those provincial championships and potentially represent the province on the national scene. But definitely, we're very, very proud. I mean, personally and my staff, we're extremely proud of the young ladies we've had over the years who not only made it to the NCAA, but a lot of them made it to youth sports schools. You know, what matters most to us is not only when they make that jump, but they actually come back with a degree. They finish their school at the university level, and they finish it on a high note. You know, some of these girls are, you know, like, I mean, I've been around Mo 18 years this season, so it's been quite the years, quite a number of years. But now, you know, I see some of the girls who've been through our team, especially our Division One program, and who are back now, who are done university, who are playing pro, who are teaching, who are back, giving back to the next generation. You know, it's been unbelievable. So for me, that is, you know, the success right there. You know, and then you want to call us top 2, top 3, top 4, top 5. I mean, you pick your number. I'm good with all of them.
Well, there's only one number that all the schools want. It's the gold, right? And that's what's been something you guys have been chasing for. You had silver 2 years ago, bronze last year. Obviously, we don't know what's going to be happening for this year, if there will be any sport or not. But looking towards 2021, hopefully we do see basketball back, whether it's going to be in winter, if not in the fall of next year. Mm-hmm. And hopefully we'll see your Champlain Cavaliers back on the court, Coach.
Yeah, we hope it as well. I mean, we're crossing our fingers that vaccine comes around pretty fast. That's everyone's hope right now, or a solution. But I think we're looking forward to a 2021, 2022 season with some really great athletes, an unbelievable team, and an unbelievable coaching staff.
And I'll leave you with this, Coach. The traditional question that our very good friend Peter Giannopoulos would always ask you every postgame that we'd have with you on a broadcast. What is the victory dinner for tonight at the Germanos household?
Believe it or not, in COVID environment, the kids call the shots now. So we wait for them. They walk in and they call it, and Dad jumps into the kitchen with Mom and they prepare. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm dying for a juicy burger, but I don't know if we can. It's a bit cold to go grilling now, but we'll see. We'll see. Well,
our good friend has been the grill master of late, so you might have to join his little compound extravaganza.
I'm sure you've seen all the pictures.
We all have with Peter Giannopoulos.
Yeah, absolutely.
Coach, thank you so much for joining us here on Cavaliers Corner. Again, hopefully we'll see each other sooner than later. And if there is no season now, then next fall, vaccines, fingers crossed, we will have more broadcasts of Champlain basketball for years to come. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you. Thank you, Mo, for having me.
Take care.